Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the most MGP possible from the Mandeville Gold Saucer every Friday when judging begins for the Fashion Report minigame. This is week 196 and the theme is Magnificent Majesty, as you can see here. The clues then include Royal for your helm, Noblesse Oblige for your chest, Motley Crew for your legs, and Jewels of Violet for your right ring or upper ring slot. In this video we'll have a 100, an 80 with dies, and the easiest possible 80 you can get of the week, which is all you need for the maximum amount of MGP. Without further ado, let's look at that 100. Alrighty then, for a score of 100, we went for, in terms of the helm first and any other items, the helm we went for is the Butcher's Crown. This is actually a achievement reward that you get for killing 100,000 enemies in the game. This is cumulative, and you'll get this eventually by the time you play the game for a little while. This is something that if you've misplaced being an achievement reward, you can go over to a Calamity Salvager in any of the 3 starting city-states. For example, the Aft Castle in Limsa on the upper decks, and you can get this under the Quest section and then the Achievement Rewards 1 section. Alternatives to the Butcher's Crown that will work include the Paragon's Crown, that will work, which is for Mastering War and Mastering Magic 1 achievements. The Chronicler's Crown will work, which is for doing every class quest available to you at level 30 in the game. The Gambler's Crown will also work. This is for successfully attaching 5 pieces of materia to 1 piece of gear in a game, which is probably one of the easier options here. The Warlord's Crown works. This is actually from getting both the Mastering War and Mastering Magic 2 achievements. And finally, the Partisan's Crown, which you can get for acquiring 100 player commendations from content, again cumulatively over a course of time. So really, you just have to choose whatever crown you want to go for, that you have access to, and go from there. Unfortunately, there are no other alternatives for the best in slot item for this slot this week, which is why I would suggest, if you're not interested in this stuff, check out the other parts of the video, including the dies and the Easy 80. The next part of the 100 then is the Alpine Coat for our chest piece. This is something that you can get throughout the MSQ, the main storyline of the game. In fact, the quest was a Litany of Peace, I believe, that would give you this as a reward. If you've misplaced this, again, come to a Calamity Salvager in any of the 3 starting city-states, such as the Aft Castle here in Limsa's upper decks, and you can get this, obviously, from Quest Rewards, that tab, and it will cost you 100 gil to get this back. It, of course, is part of the storyline, so you should have this if you've gone through the storyline. If not, then other alternatives that would work include the Artisan's Gown, which is actually something you can get for 8,500 seals at lieutenant rank of your Grand Company. You could also go for the High House Bustle, which is something you can craft with Weaver. The High House Justicore works as well, which is the male variant. The Best Gown Ever works. This is something that you can get for player accommodations. I believe the Paragon's Gown will work as well, and the Helonic Priest's Alb. All of those will work for this slot and give you the best score possible. So then, onto the legs, we have the Hallowed Rami Gaskins of Healing. Those are the ones that I went with. You can get these from Norlays, an NPC in the Pillars of Ishgard, specifically at the Jeweled Grozier. So when you teleport over via Mini Aetheryte, choose the Jeweled Grozier, talk to this NPC, and you'll see from a level 56 tab, for these in particular of the Disciple of Magic tab, we can get the Hallowed Rami Gaskins of Healing. Alternatives that are guaranteed to work include the Hallowed Rami Gaskins of Casting as well, which are actually from the same tab, and the hallowed Rami Gaskins of Aiming, which are from the Disciple of War level 56 tab on this same NPC. Another item that should work is the Shiraki's Gaskins. Those drop from Velocity of Amdapor as well as Brayflox's Longstop on hard mode if you want to do dungeons. But why would you do that when you can purchase these? Those are the only options really for the legs this week for 100. And finally then, a very easy item for our right ring slot or upper ring slot is the fluorite ring. This is the lowest level option of the things that would work. This is available to all classes in the game, level 29 and above, so any class in the game can wear this, which is already a good thing. And you can get this from a vendor, which is the other good thing. You can get this from Sileus in the steps of Thal of obviously Uldar. You can teleport to the goldsmiths and then walk around to a Stames Aesthetics, talk to Sileus, and you can purchase this for 1,735 of your precious gil. Alternatives that would work for this include pretty much any ring that's got a purple gem in it. Just to name a couple, includes the Amethyst ring and the Spinel ring. There are many other alternatives, but again, this is level 29 and equipable by all classes and is the cheapest option, so why go anywhere else? And that's the 100 score. It's quite taxing for people who haven't played the game before for long periods of time, but I would say that for someone who has played the game for a while, this will be incredibly easy. However, let's move on to an 80 with dyes. Alrighty then, so for our 80 score, 82 to be precise here because I've just had a ring equipped, still gives you enough points. For the dyes then, as you can see here, we've got gunmetal black for your weapon. Any weapon in the game dyed gunmetal black. Any helm in the game dyed metallic red. Any chest in the game dyed dark purple. Any gloves in the game metallic red. Any legs in the game cerulean blue. And finally, any boots in the game all brown. Those are your best in slots dyes if you just want to go for a dye options to get 80 to get your maximum MGP. Those are the dyes. They're not too bad, at least there's no jet blacks. There are a couple of expensive ones there, but not anywhere near as problematic as previous weeks. I think the most expensive there is the gunmetal black, but of course you can get that for 500 Skybuilder scripts as well if you would rather. Let's move on then to the easiest possible 80 of the week. Okay, so when it comes to the easiest 80 of the week, there are multiple ways we could do this. Clearly, we could have a mix and match of things from the 100, maybe with some dyes and stuff, and that's really quite self-explanatory, you know, just get a couple of things from the chest and the helm, for example. You could have like the Artisan's Gown and the Paragon's Crown, that sort of setup, or you could go for the Hallowed Rami Gaskins with just a chest piece. It really depends what you have. Then there's also this option as well for 80. One of the choices I have is actually to dye any legs in the game. It doesn't matter what the leg piece is as long as it's dyeable. Cerulean blue, which of course you can get from a NPC vendor for 40 gil. And then is also all brown here, which is from the kobolds, on any boots in the game. Doesn't matter what the boots are. So cerulean blue on any legs, all brown on any boots, and then equip yourself the vendor purchased fluorite ring. This is available level 29 on all classes, genders, etc. in the game. So this is probably one of the better options to have like the cheapest item for the lowest level for everybody, and then those two dyes. But I'm sure there are other ways that people would like to do this. Like as I said before, if people do have access to a crown and they do have access to, for example, the Paragon's Gown or Artisan's Gown or anything like that, just equipping 2 items from the 100 is pretty much going to get you an 80 or above. So bear that in mind. But this is the option I went for 80. Which seems to be the most straightforward. Anyway, let me know your own solutions below in the comment section. It's always nice to be able to help other people who watch this video. They read your comments and have a look at your suggestions. And yeah, thank you so much to Kaiko Star and the rest of the Reddit team who posts theory crafting on this every week. A link to that theory crafting thread will of course be in the description of this video. Go give it some love. Thank you so much for another week of Fashion Report. This is week 196. We're getting closer to that 200 fashion report. That'll be a pretty special day, I'm sure. But yes, much love. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.